Hi, this is Brenda Green and welcome back to Living in the Go. So today I'm talking to you about something that has become under the radar with our banks and some of the practices they're using. They make their regulations and we have to abide by it. Well, we have to, or we can move our money. But this is what's happening. So over the last year, it used to be an average of money that you could take out of your ATM, right? So the average was about $1,000. Some banks would let you take it out more during the day. Some of them less, as low as $200, as much as $1,200. But the average was about $1,000 that you could take out a day of your money out of the ATM. Well, over the last year, that average has dropped. Now that average has dropped to about $700 to $800 at the most that you could take in a day out of the ATMs. They didn't necessarily announce it. If they did, they sent it in some paperwork that was so tiny print you didn't see it or pay any attention to it. But they did that, and they did that on purpose. Some of the other regulations that they changed is if you go into the bank to get more money, let's say you want to go in and take $2,000 worth of cash in, now they can ask you, what do you need the cash for? You don't have to answer, but now they can ask you, which is kind of crazy to me. You asking me about my own money, as long as I provide identification, why do you care? But yeah, that's something that changed over the last year. And then the other piece that changed, that anything in terms of cash that you take out over $5,000, they could potentially put a hold on it and delay it, do a report about it, and make you wait up to 10 days to take your own money out of the bank. And there are numerous cases of this happening. There was an example that I saw in the article I read where this man was buying some equipment for his company, and he was getting a better deal by giving the guy cash. So he went to the bank to get $12,000. The bank delayed it, would not give it to him, wanted rationale behind it, and he didn't get his money for over 10 days to buy the purchase. They didn't say if the sale was able to be successful because of the delay, I don't know. But it's the principle of the thing. You're taking your own money and they're questioning you about it. Well, the reason that this is happening is because of the economy right now. And things are kind of up in the air, but I see the economy doing worse this year than last year. And what they are trying to prevent is like runs on the bank. If a lot of people get panicked and they have cash in the bank, they might want to all go in there and get it. And the reality is all the cash is not there. Sometimes when you request large amounts of money, you have to make an appointment so they can have the cash on hand. So I think they're trying to stop some of that. I don't know for certain, but that's what it feels like. So be mindful. So two things I will say to you: know your limits and regulations. Ask about your ATMs, how much you can take out in a day, because if an emergency comes up and you need the cash, you need the cash. So that's one thing. The other thing is to have some cash in the house. I've been talking about that for months and months. Every time you get paid, take a little bit out of the bank and put it in the house. Start building up your cash reserve. So many things could be happening. Also, if you've noticed, there have been situations where our grid has been hit. I know I was at the store and everything went down and they would only take cash. And so people were very angry. They had their groceries, couldn't get out. I had cash on me, thank goodness, because I try to carry a little bit with me, and I was able to pay for my purchase and keep going. But all the more reason to start thinking about keeping a little cash in the house, because you never know. And so especially with the banks making these changes, it feels suspect to me. I don't know for sure what's really going on, but I want you to be aware of it and be mindful so you can make those changes. So a little bit of information. Hope that helps so much. Thanks so much and have a great day.